33 seconds, probably one more play is all we'll have in the quarter. Here come the Lions. And now they split Terrell Wilson, a sophomore, to the near side. Man in motion is Horton. And back to throw is Booker. Swings it out to Horton. Horton had a little room, and then Lebanon going to hit him. Schaefer's over there, but the original contact was made by Andre Logue. Schaefer came over to help out, and they dump him at the 25-yard line. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd and 10, and the quarter will end. At the end of a quarter here at Noakes Lassiter Field, it's Blue Devils 14, Columbia nothing. Back in 30 seconds.
98.9 Lebanon, WANT. Lebanon leads Columbia 14-0. John, down to you.
Thank you, Tommy. We were talking earlier in the Lebanon offensive scheme. Chad Landon, the quarterback, is changing the play at the line of scrimmage on the touchdown run by Antoine Ross. He checked off at the line on that particular play. So you're exactly right. They're going up and calling a play. Then he has the option of telling the team where it's going. So Lebanon has not run the ball outside tonight. They've gone off tackle and straight up the gut, so we have not had a sweep. The touchdown that McCarver scored, he broke it outside, but that play was designed to go off tackle.
Well, we're ready to play. Second quarter action, Lebanon 14-0 as we go into the second period. Columbia now going into the double wide out set. They've got Puckett right, Cron Brown to the near side. 3rd and 10, and Booker with a straight drop back, and Schaefer's after him, and they complete the pass, and then the flag's going to fly everywhere. As it's coughed up, he hit the fullback over the 25 to the 27-yard line, and I think Lebanon may be going to be called for hitting him too soon.
Well, they set the fullback up for the screen pass, Edward Elliott, and Andre Logue, the linebacker, came in there ripping and snorting and nailed him in the back before the ball got there. If he's a little late, that's legal, and if Edward Elliott is not beyond the line of scrimmage, that's legal. But it just so happened he didn't time it right. Elliott was beyond the line of scrimmage, carried a penalty against Lebanon.
Tommy, 15-yard penalty moves the ball out to the 40-yard line and gives Columbia a first down.
Columbia again will go with the double wide out set. Booker, the quarterback, underneath. Handoff, quick opener, and driving through, and then not much. Boy, somebody really popped him, and I think it was Hackett. But driving with the football was Edward Elliott, the 5'9", 165-pound junior fullback, gets a couple of yards and then comes back faster than he popped his head in that line.
Lebanon's linebackers meeting him in the hole. Hackett and Logue gets him going backwards after that initial burst.
2 and 8 now for the Lions at their own 42-yard line. They've been in Lebanon territory one time, fumbled it at the Lebanon 19. Lebanon leading 14-0. We've just begun second quarter action. Columbia will go into that little shift. Lebanon will compensate defensively, and they give it to Horton, and Horton is going to get up near the 45, a couple of 3 yards, and they're going to stop him at the 45-yard line, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 now for Columbia, as the football is just over the Columbia 45-yard line.
Well, I'd want to send our best wishes to Lebanon Devilette basketball coach Barbara Hallams, who had some surgery on her shoulder, I believe, yesterday, and is recouping at home. Some folks might say that's minor surgery, but I think anytime they work on you, it's considered major. Barbara, hope you get feeling better soon.
All right. Won't be long till round ball time anyway. Columbia looking at 3rd and 5. Booker wants to throw, rolls to his right, fires, and he had a man, but he missed him. He was throwing for Terrell Wilson down at the Lebanon 46-yard line. Enough for the first down, but the pass is a little wide. Wilson gets a hand on it, but can't pull it in, and Columbia will have to punt the football away from their own 45-yard line. They'll be looking at 4 and 5.
John, you can see Columbia's had problems throwing the football this year. Their quarterback really has a problem getting rid of it.
He's only attempted 20 passes all year long, and talking with their coach in the pregame, he said that's something they're going to try to do more of is the passing game, but they can't get it established here tonight.
Ross and McCarver playing back much deeper tonight, and Kyle Schaefer almost got in there on that one. This one is going to hit and take a Lebanon bounce as it will die at about the Lebanon 27-yard line. And guys, it looks good from up here seeing those backs back deep enough.
They're back deep enough and letting the ball, if it's not getting to them, it's taking a bounce. And Antoine, we recall, picked one up and took off with it earlier. Terry, what about that kick?
Timing the kick by Harris rolls dead at the Lebanon 27. That's a 28-yard punt. Lebanon taking over at their own 27.
Lebanon puts Lannon and Jones as the wideouts. Chad Lannon, the sophomores, at the quarterback controls. Beasley's the fullback, and here comes Antoine Ross. Barreling through for the 30, the 31, 32-yard line. Ross going to pick up about 5 on the carry across the 30 to about the 32. As the Lebanon line that time just moved that huge Columbia line backwards and made a little running room for Antoine Ross.
Well, that's a good gain on first down as Antoine just hit it right up in the middle. Terry, what about Antoine tonight?
Tommy, 4 carries, 81 yards. Of course, he picked up 53 on the touchdown.
Lebanon again with a double wideout set. Same personnel in the ball game. Chad Lannon back to throw. Looks. Fires. He's got Beasley at the 35. Beasley breaks a tackle. Ridden out near the 40. I think they'll mark it. They're going to give him the 40. It's going to be a first down, Blue Devils, as Chad Lannon rolls out and hits his fullback coming out of the backfield, Derek Beasley, at the 35, and he carries it to the 40 for the Lebanon first down.
When you're able to run the football, it sets up the pass. Lebanon fakes the ball inside to Antoine Ross, who does a good job of faking. They throw it in the flat to Beasley. Terry, what's the yardage?
Tommy picks up 8 for a first down for Lebanon.
Lebanon again, same personnel, and again the double wide out set. Looking at a 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line, and they give it to Antoine Ross. Had a little hole, and then Columbia closed that one rather nicely. He'll step over the 41 out to the 43-yard line, a gain of 2 for Antoine, and then he's dumped by the white-jerseyed Columbia Lion right there at the 43-yard line.
Stan Pack in the game at the right tackle spot, giving David Marshall a rest. Playing at the guard spot next to him, Miller. Freer is the center, Mull at a guard, and Hackett at a tackle.
2nd down, 7 for the Blue Devils. Actually 2nd and 8. And Lannon again hides it. And again, he's got Beasley open at the 45. Barrels over the 50, down to the Columbia 49-yard line. And it's enough for another Blue Devil first down as Beasley picks it up. And the Blue Devils will move the chains once again as they go into Columbia territory at the Lion 49 with 8:51 remaining in quarter one. Blue Devils leading 4-0, and they're on the move once again. Jones left to the wide side of the field. Chase Lannon right to the short side. Blue Devils looking at 1st and 10. And they have it to give it to Antoine Ross, and he's going to get a couple of 3 yards down inside the 46-yard line by the length of the football down near the 45. It'll be a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
It's going to be 2nd down.
As they will mark it at the 46 of Columbia.
At the 46.
Lebanon's backfield attacking the line of scrimmage. You start running that thing between the tackles, you kind of pick that chip on your shoulder a little bit. You think you can run it, and you can run it.
They give it to Ross, and he tries outside, needs a block, breaks a tackle, and then dives back to the original line of scrimmage. Might have got a half yard, call it no gain. 3rd down and 7. Passing situation coming up now for the Blue Devils. Antoine Ross needed a block out on the corner and didn't get it. Holding going to be called against Lebanon, so that's going to turn it around and bring up a new situation altogether.
Well, Lebanon marked for the foul. Lebanon trying to run the lead play off tackle. There was a pile of white jerseys in there, and Antoine bounced it to the outside. John, the flag came out kind of quick on that hold.
You're right, Tommy. It was pretty obvious. We caught it over here, too. The Columbia defense running that 40, they run it a little wide up front. There are huge gaps at the tackle spots, either on the right or left side, and that time Lebanon picked the right side. They just broke it outside instead of running it right up the gut. But huge gaps at the tackles. I'm surprised we haven't taken more advantage of that.
Tried to get the block on that big defensive end over there and didn't get it that time, and he messed it up. Lebanon passing situation. Lannon goes back to throw. Needs a block, going to run it. Coming to the near side 40. 45 and dropped at the 48-yard line. And the Blue Devils will have to kick it away. Lannon will get about 5 on the run, shy of the 48, and it will bring up a 4th down situation. No, it'll be 3rd, I beg your pardon. So the Blue Devils will be 3rd and 13. They have to go inside the 44-yard line for the first of Columbia for the first down. Jones left, Lannon right, Beasley the fullback, Ross the tailback goes in motion, and Lannon wants to throw, swings it out to Ross, and Ross is going to be hit and dropped shy of the line of scrimmage on a great play over there for Columbia by Bobby Williams, a 5'11", 175-pound junior, who had that one sniffed out all the way. If Antoine Ross could have shaken Williams, he would have had clear sailing down that sideline, but it was not to be. Lebanon will send on the punting team and kick the football away.
The only guy who could make the play for Columbia did that. Williams comes up on Antoine Ross. They tried to hit him out of the backfield, a little swing route. Thomas to kick it away for Lebanon.
Brandon Walker back. And the only back man, Columbia going to come after this punt. And here is the kick. Gets it away. High hanging kick. Walker going to let it go. And it's going to go out of bounds at the 20. Bad decision by Walker, probably. If he could have caught that thing, he would have saved 2 or 3 yards, but it'll go out at the 20, so Lebanon kicks him in the hole pretty good.
Terry Stafford, a pretty good kick.
Not a bad kick by Thomas as it rolls out of bounds at the Columbia 20. That's a 32-yard punt. Columbia going to start at their 20 with 6:09 left in the first half.
The Lions will have a 1st and 10 from their own 20. 14-0 Lebanon. The Lions look like $1 million in their first drive. Haven't been able to get anything together since then. Booker sets his ball club. Brown split wide to the near side, the lone wideout. And Booker going to give it to Walker, and Walker going to try to break a tackle and get a yard across the way. Lebanon staying with him all the way. Pickett coming up to make the stop. Kaysen was also there.
Clyde up front, Jonathan Forrest in the football game, and has been making some plays in there along that defensive wall. They've moved Forrest to a tackle and moved David Marshall down to the nose position against this big, hefty offensive front by the Columbia Lions. Forrest had been bothered by the finger problem earlier in the year.
2nd down and 9. Booker sets his ball club down the line. Toss sweep and a great play by Antoine Ross. Driving through and nailing the fullback back at the 15-yard line. A loss of 6. It'll bring up 3rd down and 15.
Folks, Antoine made the play right there, but it's the coaching he got during the week that showed him that key. They came to the weak side on the speed option again. Antoine darts through there and nails him. Big loss on the play, Terry.
Instead of a 3rd and 15 for